Fear for Putin. Attack with Bayraktar TB-2. Corners the Russian army helplessly. In the past 6 months, among Western weapons and weapons systems, some of them left their mark on the history of world warfare and became legendary. These weapons, which became legendary in conflicts, changed the rules of the game from time to time and corners the Russian army helplessly. Remember one of your brain's greatest legends, Bayraktar TB-2 started to show themselves again in attack missions in Ukraine after a short time. Bayraktar TB-2, who were the greatest heroes of the first 3 months of the war, returned to stage in a magnificent way. Director TB-2 armed unmanned aerial vehicles, which have been silent about carrying out attacks since June, were helping HIMARS the new start of the region. In their attacks, the Bayraktar TB-2 was not completely silent, and the secondary mission was used defensively in reconnaissance and targets. Designation missions. Director TB-2 were the eyes of HIMARS for a long time in this new mission they embarked on, and they let them in. They were staging attacks carried out by HIMARS. In recent months, most of the intelligence reports and critical target positions in the region have been provided by Bayraktar TB-2. Thanks to the eyes of the sky, the logistics, shipments and offensive moves carried out by Russia, the Ukrainian armed forces were informed. Bayraktar TB-2 were successful in destroying Russian tanks and air defense systems in the early days. Later, they successfully carried out the task of lookout given to Bayraktar TB-2 by Ukraine. Fenman Bayraktar TB-2, which is in high demand by all armies of the world, is back on the field these days, and this time it is shaking the Russian targets with a much stronger attack. Even though we forget about the participation of the Ukrainian Bayraktar TB-2 armed drones for a while, they came up again after it became clear that the USA had integrated the AGM-88H arm onto radiation missile into the Ukrainian MiG-29 fighters. Bayraktar TB-2 broke the silence and its use cases in the main missions changed. Several videos have appeared on the internet showing Russian forces and equipment being destroyed from the air with direct TB-2s. Did we just taken on August 31, 2022, it was seen that Bayraktar shot and live up to 152mm to S-3 Acacia self-propelled howitzer. In another video date of September 1, 2022, by 830B2 unmanned aerial vehicle destroys a Russian 120mm to S-12 Sunny mortar and a truck. The main reason for Bayraktar TB-2 to engage in offensive operations again can be explained as a complete dysfunction of the Russian air defense systems in the Kherson region. Lots of successful attack on the Russian Air Force base in Sochi, Crimea showed the Supreme Command of Ukraine that the AGM-88H arm can successfully silence Russia's more advanced air defense systems. Therefore, military experts agreed that the 2 Russian artillery guns destroyed individuals by barracks. TB-2 took place thanks to the suppression of the enemy's air defense radar systems, giving the attacking drones a chance to successfully complete the attack. After TB-2 were not aircraft that could be easily detected by Russian radars. They managed to defeat the Russian air defense system many times in the first 3 months of the war. However, the Ukrainian armed forces had withdrawn the Bayraktar TB-2 to a safer position because they didn't want to risk it. Now, thanks to the superior abilities of the AGM-88, they have come to the fore again and Putin's worst nightmare has taken the stage again. Director TB-2 and AGM-88 played the leading role in these attacks. After his success in Ukraine, the interest of all Eastern European countries in Bayraktar TB-2 has increased. Almost all Eastern European countries continue their attempts to purchase Bayraktar TB-2 because this common area Waco, which has a low cost, also offers a superior attack ability. Bayraktar TB-2 superior performance, especially against Russia, called TB-2 to prove itself in the fields. Eastern European countries, which were trying to expand their army inventory against the Russian threat, inevitably started to aspire to Bayraktar TB-2. In the face of the superior performance of Bayraktar TB-2 in the region, Iran delivered its own unmanned aerial vehicles to Russia. Iran stated that it has sent these drones to the region for using Ukraine. U.S. intelligence said last week that Iran had sent hundreds of drones to Russia, defying U.S. warnings as the Ukraine war raged. U.S. intelligence briefed on Iranian drones and added that they are not sure whether Russia is using drones, but that they are capable of being used for warfare. The electron delivery shows Russia and Iran forging closer ties as Putin finds himself a pariah among his European colleagues. But it will also put pressure on already strained relations between the United States and Iran. This development comes just months after Turkish arms manufacturer Bayraktar delivered armed drones to Ukraine. You don't have totaled the shaded 129 as one of the most powerful drones. So, as experts say, if they are sent to Russia, it can accelerate the military operation of Russia. Some experts believe that the drone was reverse-engineered based on a US-made Predator drone that crashed in Iran. Shahed 129 can go significantly further down by Bayraktar. TB-2 by CAR offers a communication range of approximately 300 km for the unmanned aerial vehicle. By the way, according to a report, Iran's Shahed 129 has a range of 2,000 km to Shahed 129 is also capable of carrying a heavier payload of around 882 pounds. Bayraktar by TB-2 is known to have a carrying capacity of only about 331 pounds. While Iranian UAVs have long range and high payload. UAVs supplied from Turkey to Ukraine had their own advantage. Bayraktar drone can travel faster. Shahed 129. The bioreactor's top speeds are around 138 miles per hour, while the Shahed 129 maxes out at around 98 miles per hour. At the same time, Turkish drones have a longer endurance, meaning they can travel longer. Like I said, his drone can travel for up to 27 hours, while the Shahed 129 can only travel for 24 hours. We know that Bayraktar TB-2 can travel a little higher and reach a maximum altitude of about 25,000 seats. However, in this regard, the Iranian drone lags behind Bayraktar, and the service ceiling of the Shahed 129 can reach approximately 23,950 feet. What drones have their own advantage, however, Bayraktar TB-2 has clearly proven itself in the field. While we are talking about Bayraktar TB-2, we are not only talking about the data but also about the successes he has achieved in the war. However, we cannot say this for uranium drones. They still have a long way to go in order to prove themselves and be able to rival Bayraktar. Regardless, Iranian drones pose a danger to Ukraine. We hope that the Ukrainian armed forces can also deal with these drones and used by Reptile TB-2 in the most effective way without losing its air superiority and operational reconnaissance priority. Thanks for watching.